Tope. Yes, tope. We call it speed bumps in the United States, but yeah, the tope, it's used here for many different things. Tope used as a crosswalk, it uses a stop sign, it used to slow traffic down, and there are many different ones. There are small ones, there are big ones, there are one that used for crosswalks. And those bigger ones, you must give the right of way to the pedestrian, because if not, you can get a big fine for that. And these tuppies are not small. These tuppies are not small, like I've seen some in the States. And if you're in other country, they may be a little bit different. But yes, here in Mexico, they have many different ones. When you're going from the highway to a smaller town, yes, you will sometimes come across tuppy most of there in the school zone. So you got to be careful. And when you're driving at night, you may not see these tuppy because not all of them are marked or have signs. So you have to be very, very careful when you're driving, because these can do a lot of damage on your vehicle. And talking about driving at night, do not drive at night in Mexico. If you're going to drive at night in Mexico, make it be like an area that you know. And the reason why, it's not about being somebody's going to do harm to you in per se. Is that possible? Probably yes. Depends on the location where you are. You know, you don't cross the border at 8 p.m. and coming down. That can be a lot dangerous. It would be better to do that at 8 in the morning. But let's go back to the reason why you're not supposed to drive at night in Mexico. Is because, as I said, the tope, they are not all marked and they don't have lights on them. Some do have lights, some don't have lights. Some do reflector signs, some do not have reflector signs. And this can cause a lot of damage to your vehicle. And next reason why not to drive at night also is because of livestock. You have a lot of people here that have they're farming, so they have their horses, they have their cows, and sometimes they walk across the street and you will not see them. And yes, in Mexico, they do have dairies, they do have the wildlife that do go across. So make sure you know there's something to look into. Mexico do have wildlife. They have bears, you know, they have jaguars, all those stuff that can be a factor at night. Another reason not to drive at night, potholes. Yes, potholes. And there are a lot of them, depends on where you are driving. Yes, so when driving on a highway in Mexico, sometimes you'll have 2 lanes and a shoulder lane, or 1 lane on a shoulder in your direction. But a lot of time that small lane that's on the right, that's a shoulder lane, is used for you to go over to that lane so other cars can pass you on the left side. Yes, it may look very small, but that shoulder lane is used for when someone wants to pass you with their vehicle. And what they will do a lot of time is that they'll put their left indicator on for you to know that they want to pass you. And sometimes you will see a lot of truck drivers that does it a lot too. What they will do, they will go to the right of that shoulder and they'll put on the left indicator to tell you the coast is clear in front, that you can pass them and go ahead. Because with truck drivers, you know, they can see ahead because they're so high up and they can see in front, and they give you that, okay, go ahead, pass. They see you that you're trying to pass them. Another way people try to let you know that they want to pass you while driving in Mexico is they will use their high beams light. They will flash a lot of times to you and let you know, and they will drive very close next to you. Yes, they'll be right next to you, bumper to bumper, to let you know that you need to go over so they could pass. Yes, in Mexico, your hazard indicator, your 4-way indicator is used for a lot of things. So if you're driving on a highway and there is a sudden stop in front of you, the driver that is slowing down in front of you is going to put on the 4-way hazard light, let you know that the traffic's going to stop suddenly or close to being stopped, so you can be aware of it. So that way you can start putting on your brakes to slowing down so you don't start an accident. So that's something to look forward to. Whenever you see a 4-way indicator on in front of you, that's what that usually means when you're on a highway or you're driving on a street, that there's no traffic in front of you or there's no light there and there shouldn't be slowing down. So that's what it could be. It could be an accident ahead and they're just trying to stop to let you know behind them that, hey, slow down, Another thing that the four-way indicator is used for is, a lot of time in Mexico, people are not going to go into a parking spot if there's none. So what they'll do, they will stop in the lane and they'll put that four-way indicator on. So you got to be careful that you'll be in a lane 1 minute and then you see cars in front of you just have their four-way on and they're to stop because they don't want to go turn around or nothing like that. They just want to stop there, go to the store or whatever they're going to do, have their four-way on and go back in the car and keep going. So that's something that you got to be very careful and mindful of when you're driving in Mexico, to look out for that. Yes, the next thing is that stay off your cell phone. Yes, when you're driving in Mexico, you need to be focused. Anywhere in the world, actually, when you're driving, you need to be focused. Stay off your cell phone because you're in Mexico. People drive very differently, and the motorcyclists, yes, they ride very differently here. So you'll see a car in the right lane and they'll come from nowhere without indicator, nothing, and they'll just turn left right in front of you because they want to go in the left lane, that you're in the left lane and you're going straight, and they will just do that. Motorcycle, they will be on your left, they will be on your right. So you got to be very careful and very mindful of that with a motorcycle. That's why you have to stay off your cell phones, stay focused when you're driving in Mexico. If you need to put on your GPS, you put a GPS on before you get in there, and you stay focused when you're driving, so that way everyone could be safe, you could be safe, you could get home safe also. The stop sign, they actually have markings for motorcycles to be in front. Yes, so don't be scared if you are worried too much. If you see that, just be aware they could be on your left, they could be on your right. So just be careful and very mindful of that. Yes, next thing. Yes, in Mexico, yes, you don't pump your gas. They pump the gas for you at the gas station. So when you go to a gas station, you'll usually have an attendant there that will help you put gas in your car. But also make sure when you go to get gas for your vehicle, make sure you're paying attention. Make sure the numbers go to 0 when you're going to get your gas at the gas station. And you look at it and make sure they started and it's going up, because yes, sometimes they'll continue from where it's at. And sometimes it could be at 500 pesos and they just continue from there and you end up paying double the price of gas that you should have been paying. Okay, so be careful, be mindful of that when you go there. You don't have to get out your car, pump gas. They'll pump the gas for you. And they take credit cards and debit cards. So always make sure you ask that also. Hey, I only have a card. Is that okay? Because sometimes they don't, whether they have Wi-Fi, internet or not. Yes, when you're driving in Mexico, you will see a lot of police vehicle, a lot of law enforcement vehicle with their lights on. That is normal. They usually drive with their vehicles, with their lights on their vehicle when they're driving. So if you see a police behind you with their lights on, don't worry about it too much, okay? Unless they turn their sirens on, then yes, it's either for you to pull over or they want to try to pass you. And you will see that, you will see the military, you will see the National Guard, you will see like 3 different type of police vehicles. So yeah, so don't be worried too much when you see the lights behind you. Only if the sirens flashes for you to pull over or they want to pass you. Yes, so when driving in Mexico, yes, when you're at the stoplight, yes, the next thing to look into depends on where you are. Sometimes the light is for each direction. So you might have north and south, and the light will be only for going north. So just be aware of that now, because you see other cars start moving and you're on the other side to go. No, you wait for the light to change. Sometimes it goes north, east, west, south, and it just goes in that direction, 1 lane at a time. Some places it's different. Some places it's on each side, depends on where you are. In some major cities, they have that, like Mexico City, I've seen it there. Some places in Guadalajara, I've seen it there in bigger cities. I've even seen it at not a lot, but a small amount of places in Playa, maybe 2 or 3 places. In Cancun also, I've seen it a lot more there also too, but not a lot. So that's something you have to be careful when you're at the stoplight. Pay attention to the light because they can be tricky. Yes, next thing, in Mexico, make sure you have insurance. Have insurance for your vehicle when you are driving. And the reason for that is that you can go to jail. Yes, if you cause an accident and they see that you are at fault and you don't have insurance or you don't have money to cover the damages and for the hospital bill of the person that you injure, the injury, they will take you to jail. So please, if you're going to come to Mexico and you're going to drive, even if you're in a vehicle, make sure you have insurance, because you don't want to come for a vacation, rent a car, get in an accident, and didn't take the insurance, and then you're going to end up in jail. So if you come here, plan to live here and driving around, they have Mexican insurance that you can get, and it's not cost too much with the foreign plates. If you're still using your American car coming here, it's like $400 for the year. Depends on which company that you're using. You can find something cheaper, depends on the plan that you want, but do have some type of insurance in your vehicle. So if you do get in an accident, hopefully you don't, you are covered, or you can cover the person that's injured if you are at fault. Hopefully not at fault also, because if not, yes, the police, they will arrest you right there if they see that you are at fault, and you will go to jail, and then you have to deal with the legal system. Okay, you don't want to ruin your vacation because of that. Okay, all right, so if you like this video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment if there's anything that you think I left out from this video. Until next time, see you again.